The source of all creation is pure consciousness, pure potentiality, taking expression from the unmanifest to manifest. And when we realize that our true self is one of pure potentiality, we align with the power of manifest everything in the universe. In the beginning, there was neither existence nor non existence. All this world was unmanifest energy, the one breathing without breath by its own power, nothing else was there. Name of creation, the Rig. The first spiritual law of success in the is the law of pure potentiality. Potentiality. This law is based on the fact that we are in our initial essential state, pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is pure potentiality. It is the field of all possibility and infinite creation and creativity. Pure consciousness is our pure spiritual essence, began infinite and unbounded. It is also pure joy. Other attributes of consciousness are pure knowledge, infinite silence, perfect balance, invincibility, simplicity, and bliss. This is our essential nature. Our essential nature is one of the pure potentiality. When you discover your essential nature and know who you really are, in that knowing itself is the ability to fulfill any dream of you have, because you are the eternal possibility, the immeasurable potential of all that was, is, and will be. The law of pure potentiality could also be called the law of unity, because underlying the infinity diversity of life is the unity of one of all pervasive spirits. There is no separation between you and this field of energy. The field of pure potential is your own self, and the more you experience your true nature, the closer you are to the field of pure potentiality. The experience of the self or self-referral mean that our internal reference point is our own spirit and not the object of the experience. The opposite of self-referral is object referral. In object referral, we are always influenced by objects outside the self, which include situations, circumstances, people, and things. In object referral, we are constantly seeking the approval of others. Our thinking and our behavior are always in anticipation of a response. It is therefore fear-based. In object referral, we also feel an intense need to control things. We feel an intense need for external power, the need for approval, the need to control things, and the need for external power are needs that are based on fear. This kind of power is not the power of pure potentiality or power of self or power of real power. When we experience the power of self, there is an absence of fear. There is no compunction of control and no struggle for approval or external power. In object reference, your internal reference point is your ego. The ego, however, it is not who you really are. The ego is your self-image. It is your social mask. It is the role you are playing. Your social mask thrives on approval. It wants to control, and it is sustained by power because it lives in fear. Your true self, which is your spirit, your soul, is completely free to do things. It is immune to criticism. It is unfearful of any challenge, and it feels beneath no one, and yet it is also humble and feels superior to no one, because it recognizes that everyone else is the same self and same spirit in different disguise. That is the essential difference between object referral and self referral. In self referral, you experience your true being, which is unfair, fully of any challenge, has respect for all people, and feel beneath no one. Self power is therefore true power. Power based on object reference, however, is a false power. Being ego-based power, it lasts only as long as the object of reference is there. If you have a certain title, you are the president of the country or the chairman of a corporation, or in you have a lot of money, and the power you enjoy goes with the title, with the job, with the money. Ego-based power will only last long as things last. Those things last. As soon as the title, job, or money go away, so does the power. Self power on the other hand, is permanent because it is based on the knowledge of self. Self power तब आती है जब हम जानते हैं कि हम कौन, हमारी क्या औकात है दुनिया। एंड देयर आर सर्टेन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ सेल्फ पावर, और उसके कुछ लक्षण है जो हम देखेंगे। इट ड्रॉज पीपल टू यू, बंदों को तुम तक लेके आती है। एंड इट ऑल्सो ड्रॉज थिंग दैट यू वांट टू यू, और उन चीज़ों को जो तुम्हें चाहिए। मैग्नेटाइज पीपल, सिचुएशन, सर्कमस्टांसेस टू सपोर्ट योर डिजायर, वो उन लोगों को, सिचुएशन को, जो भी उस टाइम एटमोसफेयर बना हुआ है, ठीक है, घटनाएं हो रही है, वो उन सब चीजें सपोर्ट करती है तुम्हारे डिजायर को। दिस इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड सपोर्ट फ्रॉम द लॉ ऑफ नेचर। पूरी कायनात तुम्हें मिलाने की कोशिश करती है, वही डायलॉग शाहरुख खान का। इट इज स्पोर्ट ऑफ डिविनिटी, इट इज द स्पोर्ट दैट sorry, अभी सुन रहे हो। It is the sport that comes from being in the state of grace. Your power is such that you enjoy a bond with people and people enjoy a bond with you. Your power is that of the bonding, a bonding that comes from true love. How can we apply the law of pure potentiality, the field of all possibility, to our lives? If you want to enjoy the benefit of the field of pure potentiality, you want to make full use of creativity which is inherent in pure consciousness, then you have to have access to it. One way to access the field is through the daily practice of silence, meditation, and non judgment. Spending time in nature will also give you access to the quality is inherent in the field: infinite creativity, freedom, and bliss. Practicing silence means making a commitment to take a certain amount of time to simply be. Experiencing silence means periodically withdrawing from the activity of speech. It also means periodically withdrawing from such activity as watching television, listening to the radio, or reading a book. जो अब अभी मैं तो वही कर रहा हूँ, रीडिंग अ बुक, वो भी कंप्यूटर में से पीडीएफ में से, तुम यूट्यूब देख रहे होंगे, पर यहाँ पे हम अपनी एनर्जी को यूज करें, ठीक है। इफ यू नेवर गिव योर सेल्फ द opportunity or to experience silence, this create turbulence in your internal dialogues। मैं नाक बंद है, जुकाम हो रहा है, तो मैं सही से नहीं बोल पा रहा हूँ, उसके लिए मैं क्षमा चाहता हूँ सबसे। I have a fever and can't speak very clearly, and there is a word I speak miss, so please ignore them and try to understand what I have tried to tell you. Set aside a little time every once in a while to experience silence, or simply make a commitment to maintain silence for a certain period each day. You could do it for 2 hours, or if that seem alone, do it for a 1 hour period. And every once in a while experience silence for an extended period of time, such as a full day or 2 days or even a whole week. What happens when you go into these exercise of silence? Initially, you internal dialogue become even more turbulent. You feel an intense need to say things. I have known people who go absolute crazy the first day or two when they commit themselves to an extended period of silence. A sense to urge and anxiety suddenly come over them. But as they stay with the experience, their internal dialogues become so quietened, and soon the silence become profound. This is because after a while the mind gives up. It realizes there is no point in going around and around if you, the self, the spirit, the choice maker, are not going to speak. Period. Then, as the internal dialogues quieten, you begin to experience the stillness of the field of pure potentiality. Practicing silence periodically as it is conventional to you is one way to experience the law of pure potentiality. Spending time each day in meditation is another. Ideally, you should meditate at least 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening. Through meditation, you will learn to experience the field of pure silence and pure awareness. In that field of pure silence is the field of infinite coordination, the field of infinite organizing power, and ultimate ground of creation where everything is inseparably connected with everything else. In the fifth spiritual law, the law of intention and desire, you will see how you can introduce a faith impulse of machhar and soul. So, in the fifth spiritual law, or the law of intention and desire, you will see how you can introduce a faith impulse of intention in the field, and creation of your desire will become true about spontaneously. But first, you have to experience stillness. Stillness is the first requirement for manifestation your desire, because in stillness lie your connection to the field of pure potentiality that can orchestrate an infinity of detail for you. Imagine throwing a little stone into the still pond and watching it ripple. Then after a while, when the ripple settles down, perhaps you throw another little stone. That is exactly you do when you go into the field of pure silence and introduce your intention. In this silence, even the faintest intention will ripple across the underlying ground of universal consciousness, which connects everything with everything else. But if you do not experience stillness in consciousness, if your mind is like a turbulent ocean, you could throw the Empire State Building into it and you would not notice a thing. In the Bible is the expression, be still and know that I am God. This can only be accomplished through meditation. Another way to access the field of pure potentiality is through the practice of non-judgment. Judgment is the constant evolution of things as right or wrong, good or bad. When you are constantly evaluate, classify, labeling, analyze, you create a lot of turbulence in your internal dialogue. This turbulence constrict the flow of energy between you and the field of pure potentiality. You literally sneeze the gap between thought. The gap is your connection to the field of pure potentiality. It is that state of pure awareness, that silent space between thoughts, that inner stillness that connect you to pure power or true power. And when you squeeze the gap, you squeeze your connection to the field of pure potentiality and infinite creativity. There is a prayer in a course in miracle that states, today I shall just nothing that occur, non-judgment, create silence in your mind. It is a good idea, therefore, to begin your day with the statement, and throughout the day, remind yourself of that statement each time you catch yourself judging. If practicing this क्या लिखा हुआ है ये यार, ये पीडीएफ बहन चोद ब्लैक हो रखी है तो प्रोसीजर, ठीक है, प्रोसीजर for the whole day seem too difficult, then you may simply say to yourself, for the next 2 hours I wouldn't judge anything, or for the next hour I will experience non-judgment. Then you can extend it gradually through silence, through meditation, and through non-judgment. You will access the first law of pure potentiality. Once you start doing that, you can add a fourth component to the practice, and that is the regular spending time in direct communication with nature. Spending time in nature enables you to sense the harmonious interaction of all the element and force of life and give you a sense of unity with all of life, whether it be a stream, forest, a mountain, a lake, or the seashore. That connection with nature's intelligence will also help you to access the field of pure potential. You must learn to get in touch with the innermost essential of your being. This true essential is beyond the ego. It is fairness. It is free. It is immune to criticism. It does not fear any challenge. It is beneath no one, superior to no one, and full of magic, mystery, and enhancement. Access to your true essence will also give you insight into the mirror of relationship, because all relationship is a reflection of your relationship with yourself. For example, if you have guilt, fear, and insecurity over money or success or anything else, then these are reflection of guilt, fear, and insecurity as basic aspect of your personality. No amount of money or success will solve these basic problems of existence. Only intimacy with the self will bring about true healing. And when you are grounded in the knowledge of your true self, when you really understand your true nature, you will never feel guilty, fearful, or insecure about money or fullness or fulfillment of your desire, because you will realize that the essence of all material wealth is life energy. It is pure potentiality, and pure potentiality is your intrinsic nature. As you gain more and more access to your true nature, you will also spontaneously receive creative thoughts, because the field of pure potentiality is also the field of infinite creativity and pure knowledge. Franz Kafka, the Austrian philosopher and poet, once said, "You need not leave your room, remain sitting at your table and listen. You need not even listen, simply wait. You need not even wait, just learn to become quiet and still and solitary. The world will freely offer itself to you to be unmasked. It, ha- it has no choice. It will roll in astray at your feet." The fullness of the universe, the lavish display and abundance of the universe, is an expression of creative mind of nature. The more tuned in you are to the mind of nature, the more you have access to the infinite, unbounded creativity. But first, you have to go beyond the turbulence of your internal dialogue to connect with the abundance of ये क्या लिखा है कि अब है या ये है ये affluent जो भी है abundance infinite creative mind, and then you create the possibility of dynamic activity while at the same time carry the stillness of the eternal unbounded creative mind. I skipped the one word after abundance and between abundance and infinite because it is not clear भाई, साफ सी बात है. affluent पता नहीं क्या लिखा हुआ है, वो fullness भी नहीं है यार ये. और these excuse अरे अच्छा रात को परेशान करते हैं हमारे कैसा है तीन मार दिए मैंने अभी तक. This exquisite combination of silent, unbounded, infinite mind along with dynamic, bounded, individual mind is the perfect balance of stillness and movement simultaneously that can create whatever you want. This coexistence of opposite side, stillness and dynamism at the same time, make you independent of situations, circumstances, people, and things. When you quietly acknowledge this exude coexistence of opposite, you align yourself with the world of energy, the quantum soup and non-material non-stuff that is the source of the material world. This world of energy is fluid, dynamic, resilience, changing forever in motion, and yet it is also non-changing, still quiet, eternal and silent. Stillness alone is the potentiality for creativity, movement alone is creativity restriction to a certain aspect of its expression, but the combination of movement and stillness enable you to unleash your creativity in all direction. Wherever the power of your attention takes you, wherever you go, in the midst of movement and activity, carry your stillness with you. Then the chaotic movement around you will never overshadow your access to the reservoirs of creativity, reservoirs of creativity, the field of pure potential. Applying the law of pure potentiality, they will put the law of pure potentiality into effort by making a commitment to take the following step. I will get in touch with the field of pure potentiality by taking time each day to be silent, to be इसका मतलब है कि इसको पहले प्रैक्टिस करने वालों में, ठीक है। बेसिकली ये आप एक कहने का ट्राई कर रहे हैं, यू हैव टू बी ऑब्जर्वर, ठीक है। ऑब्जर्व हम किस चीज़ को कैसे करते हैं, बाय शटिंग योर माउथ एंड ओपन योर ईयर्स एंड आइज, ठीक है। ऐसे हम किसी चीज़ को ऑब्जर्व करते हैं। एंड यहाँ पे तुम्हें ऑब्जर्व भी नहीं करना है, यहाँ पे तुम्हें शांत बैठना है, ठीक है। तुम्हें ऑब्जर्व करना कुछ है ही नहीं, ऐसा करना, ठीक है। स्टेट ऑफ व्हेन यू एंड द यूनिवर्स बिकम वन, ऐसे रहना है। I will also sit alone in silent meditation at least twice a day for approximately 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening. और ये मेडिटेशन में कहने को कह रहा है कि 30 मिनट सुबह, 30 मिनट रात को। I will take time each day to commune with nature, communicate and to silent witness the intelligence within every living thing. I will sit silently and watch a sunset, or listen to the sound of the ocean of a stream, or simply smell the scent of a flower in the state of my own silence. And by communing with nature, first will enjoy the near trope of ages and field of pure potentiality and unbounded creativity. I will practice non-judgment. Non-judgment मतलब like you like some girl or a boy, ठीक है। मतलब लड़के लड़कियों को पसंद करते हैं, लड़कियां लड़कों को करती है। जब भी हम करते हैं ना तो वो बंदा हमारी औकात से भारी होता है, इसको हम कहते हैं CRUSH, क्रश, ठीक है। तो हम सोचते हैं कि यार ये मुझसे क्यों पटेगा, इसके पास और भी होगा, ठीक है, तो ये मुझ पर क्यों फंसेगा, वही है, ठीक है। जो भी डाउट्स आते हैं ना हमारे माइंड में किसी भी चीज़ को अक्वायर करते हुए, सोचते हुए काश यार ये मेरे पास होती, ठीक है। लाइक वो कुछ भी हो सकता है, कंप्यूटर, PC, फोन, गेम, कार, घर, कुछ भी हो सकता है, ठीक है। तो वही है कि वो नॉन जजमेंट की बात यही है कि यू डोंट जज दैट थिंग, ठीक है। जो चीज़ें आ रही है उनको नेगलेक्ट कर दो। मैं ये घर खरीद पाऊँगा, मैं खरीद सकता हूँ, कभी आता है यार पैसे नहीं, अरे खरीद सकता हूँ, वो सब चीज़ें नहीं छोड़ेगा मैं, ठीक है। पॉजिटिव सोचने हैं, नेगेटिव सोचने नहीं है, वो यहाँ प्रैक्टिस करनी। तो इट विल बिगिन माई डे विद द स्टेटमेंट, टुडे आई शैल जज नथिंग दैट अकर, एंड थ्रू आउट द डे आई विल रिमाइंड माई सेल्फ नॉट टू जज, ठीक है। ये है भैया पहला रूल। हाँ, वो सुन सबको मज़ा आ गया होगा, ऑडियो बुक ही है वैसे तो।